Hello everybody and welcome back to Keep It Real. It's been a while, but we are back. We're back. Hey, I got a day today, super quiet, all the kids are gone. Wow, amazing. Anyway, we are starting the episode kind of in a strange way actually. We're at the shop. Yeah. What I've done, I've kind of again to challenge myself. The Agri is here. It needs major repairs. The fact that I've ran this down to the absolute ground and, well, pretty much blew the engine up. What I'm going to do to challenge myself is actually, it's here. I haven't had to tow it here, which is something. That's going to be part of the cost. But let's just say the shop have picked up the tractor and they are currently in the process of changing the engine. Now, it was long overdue having the better engine anyway. I think it gives you an extra 20 horsepower. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I used it in a contract and it made a heck of a difference. So that upgraded engine is £8,000. That's what it's going to cost us to get the Agri back. So until we make 8 grand and we have 8 grand that we can actually spare, this is its home. This is where it's going to live. Yeah. So a bit of a dilemma. I do have to walk back to the main farm, which is fine. And I just have to hope that the Ford is capable of towing the baler, which of course shoots the bales into the trailer. Once that's fully loaded as well, there's quite a bit of weight in that trailer. So I'll jump the fence again, try not to cut my leg. Yeah, I'm just hoping. The Ford itself is pretty rubbish, actually, to be honest. It's not rubbish in the sense that it's just a great little tractor, but it's rubbish in the sense that, if I remember, it's like not even 70 horsepower, 68 horsepower, I want to say off the top of my head. When you play different save games and different playthroughs, it's actually quite tricky to remember, especially as I've not been on this now for, it must be 2 weeks since I last had time to get onto here. So, I wonder why. Oh, that's not part of the field. I thought they'd planted 2 different crops in the same field then. That would have been odd, wouldn't it? Now, anyway, money. £573. It's showing dollars, obviously. Do you know, I'm going to change that. I changed it to dollars for the Alma series, but it's just habit. I call it pounds anyway. So I'm just going to change it to pounds. So, £573. We only just had enough to pay our bills. Now, they were expensive bills. Of course, we're now 1st of April. Or the first 1/3 of April, so the bills were up near 3 grand, maybe just slightly under. We have got the loans; they are making their way down slowly but surely. But yeah, we need to do something drastic. I mean, FS25 isn't going to be that long, is it really? I mean, what are we now? First week of September? Yeah. I haven't got, given my consistency of episodes, which has been rubbish, I'll admit to that, it's been really rubbish. I haven't got a lot of episodes to raise about 450 grand, have I? Just to finish off Keep It Real. But I don't know, does Keep It Real, do we keep going? Do I keep recording some FS22 content once FS25's come out? I don't think I will. I think I'll probably get straight into FS25, you know, and probably not straight into this kind of series, because this does require, I don't need the scripted mods because I can kind of add scripted mods in my head really to simulate this sort of series. But I do need the older equipment. I need the older tractors. I need the basic equipment. It doesn't cost a lot, but also doesn't do a very good job. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm going to have to wait for. I reckon, you know, I don't know what you think, but I played Farming Simulator for quite a long time. Not as heavily as I play it currently, but since FS13, I think, was my initial one. I didn't go back before then. I might have dabbled in a bit of FS09, but yeah, since FS13 is when I kind of fell in love with the game. But since FS19 and certainly FS22, this game has become so popular. So popular. And the rate that the mods were input into FS22 compared to the rate that they were input in FS19 was much, much faster, much quicker. So, oh, I'm going to run out of food here today for these, aren't I? Right, we'll talk about. Yeah, so I'm hopeful anyway, with the popularity of the game, we'll see some of these really good mods in FS25 pretty quick. I reckon so. Right, so let's chop these up. There really ain't much food. I have bought you more food, ducks. I have got you more food. I just got to get it. Right, here we go. Brilliant. Is that it? There we go. I'm going to say, I'm sure that pallet's meant to disappear. Right. That's it. That's your lot for a minute. They have got 1,050 though, so fine. That will do for a mo. We'll drop that there. Let's have a quick sanity check on the cows, because if I remember, again, it was a while ago, but I don't think I actually did any kind of cow maintenance. I mean, they're certainly alright for straw. Yeah, and they're going to be for a while. In fact, I'm even wasting a bit as well. That's not good, is it? Quite a lot of these bales. I think they have used a few of those bales. Yeah, the straw will stay at 100%, I think, for quite some time. Potentially. Let me have a look a minute, actually, because I don't think it is. Where are we? The straw has gone down. Right, I reckon I need to pick one up and put it down. Okay, they just don't want more straw. Okay, maybe having that straw there, isn't it? Oh, there you go. Right, that topped it up a little bit, didn't it? Yeah, maybe having that straw, it's not going to automatically top itself up. That's fine. I didn't really want it to anyway. So they are okay. They are okay. The food, I mean, it's getting low considering how much we've been feeding them, but they're still pretty good. They've got over 3,500 litres there. Right. So we're going to get in the Ford. We're going to hope that this does a good job and it does actually tow the baler. I really do hope so. And I mean, the great thing is we were making a fortune from straw, weren't we? I couldn't believe how much money it was worth, actually. I really couldn't. While I'm here, let's check this, actually. 340 eggs, good. It's really starting to ramp up that production now, which is great. This was the tree that was missing water. These, they have got water. Wow, there's actually 2 pallets there as well now. This is pretty good, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that, I mean, pretty much 5 grand sat there straight away. So that's good. If we need it. I don't think we need it urgently this episode. The priority is getting the straw out of the fields. Yeah, that's definitely the main thing, I think. We finished the harvesting, didn't we? Yeah, we did all the harvesting. So we just got to clear the field. So we've got the bottom field where the Agri broke down. Look, this won't even get up this hill. Yeah, I've decided to keep the manure for corn, by the way, just because it might help me with a little bit of straw if I've got any stuck in the corners or anything. Right, I don't know how this is going to go. I really don't. We're going to pass by the grass field at least. So I'll just have a quick sanity check on how that's looking, because I need to cut that with our new mower. Did I buy a new mower? I'm sure I bought a new mower. So yeah, I need to cut that grass, get that into the kind of makeshift silage pit made out of straw bales, and yeah, that's quite a bit of money there actually, isn't it? I am struggling. £567, but there's lots and lots of income. There's lots of different things going on now. We are quite a busy little farm. Definitely become, yeah, compared to where it started. Now, albeit, this is episode 63, so that's quite a lot of hours of gameplay, as you can imagine. But given that we started on this map with nothing, literally a pair of shoes so we can walk, I don't think we're doing too bad. Once I pay off the loans, I'll be able to see exactly how we've done, you and I. But anyway, all good. So I'll just keep this rolling. We'll check out. That's a nice field there, isn't it? Ooh. We'll check out this grass, see how it's doing. Was it showing as ready to harvest in the last episode, but not quite at full length? Or did I just dream that? I might have just dreamed that. Right, let's just pull over here a minute. Let's have a look. So it is, no, okay. So I definitely must have dreamt it. This is now on its first stage where we can harvest it. But again, as always, I leave it Yeah, it's definitely got. It's difficult to compare on this one. Oh, there you go. I missed a bit last time. That's what we need it to look like. Oh, it's quite handy to miss a tiny little patch of grass, actually. That you can use that as a bit of a measuring guide. Yeah, so it's definitely got a way to go yet. So it's a case of, wow, throwing up the difference of needing the money soon or holding off. What did I say we had in here again? You can tell I haven't played it for a while. So 36,000 litres in here, give or take. Pretty much compacted down, ready to go, which is amazing. Turn that back off. Yeah, I think we just leave it. Be interesting to see, again, because I can't remember, be interesting to see what we've got from kind of a flour, potentially olive oil. Yeah, there's all these little extra things. In fact, we've probably got quite a lot of literage of grapes. In fact, I bet there's loads of grapes down there. Yeah, nice. Definitely don't need to worry about paying next month's bills, I don't think. Maybe I'm not that far away from getting the Agri back. Who knows? If this Ford isn't capable of doing the baling, then maybe this will turn into a bit of a selling episode. Maybe we can sell the grapes, we can sell those apples back at the farm. I'm certain we'll have flour, and we probably have got maybe 1 pallet or 2 pallets of olive oil as well. It's not going to be at its best price, but that's just life, isn't it? You don't always get the best. But I reckon we could make up £8 grand, and pay our bill for the Agri. I think that's a reasonable assumption to make. Anyway, right, this is taking a while. Hey, I'm getting 1 mile per hour more than what this is supposed to do, though. See, this Ford's on fire. It's screaming. That's the anyway. Just drove straight past the vineyards. I didn't even look to see how many pallets there were there. Oh, they just as I turned around, I seen them. I think it looked like they had 4 each. So that potentially means there's more actually installed as well. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Right, let's give this a go. We'll see how we get on. So I hope everyone's been well anyway. Obviously I have managed to get a couple of episodes out in the last 2 weeks, not of this particular series, and I've had quite a few comments to ask when it's coming, so that's quite a nice feeling, to know that people still want to see the stuff that was ongoing. It's not just a case of starting a new series and forgetting about the old ones, because I certainly don't want to do that. But of course this new series I've got going with Farm Sim Snowy, I'm actually loving it. You've only seen, I don't know when you're going to see this episode actually. Potentially you'll see this for me it's actually Friday morning. If all goes well, then I will get this edited and released as well on Friday. So if you're seeing this now Friday evening, then you wouldn't have seen episode 2, but episode 2 is already recorded. I just haven't uploaded it yet, but myself and Snowy are aiming to release it around about the same sort of time, which will be on Sunday. Don't know the exact time yet actually. Probably 3 o'clock, maybe 3-4 o'clock for me. Snowy's might be a little bit later than that, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm halfway through recording episode 3 because I just got so carried away, and I'm loving it so much. Such a good idea, if I can blow my own trumpet. But it is such a good idea. It's different, and again, I always base these ideas, these kind of things I come up with, a bit like this series here. Can I say it's original? I mean, I would certainly say it's original in the sense that everything I've done here I've thought of myself. Am I the first person that ever thought of it? I don't know. Someone else might have already done something similar. But in my head, this is original because I've not seen it before. And yeah, I think that other series is as well. I really enjoy it. Okay, I'm jumping you back in. I'm going to shut this down. It's not doing a great job. It really isn't doing a great job at all. Let's just disconnect this. Why is it not disconnecting? Okay, I'm having some weird little things going on here. There we go. That was odd. I have a feeling that my left bumper button on the controller might be getting a bit funny. I might have to do my usual, take this controller apart. You know, I always play with an Xbox Elite controller. This particular one is the newest style. They're not cheap, are they? Yeah, it's about 160 quid, I think, this was when I bought it. But I have actually got two more in reserve. They are the original Xbox Elite controls. And actually, both of them I bought damaged. They didn't work. I've got a white one and a black one. And it's quite easy to do, you know. You've just got to try something different, haven't you? But once you take them apart, it's quite easy to figure out what's wrong with them. You tend to find errors. Most of the time, these controllers, they just need a little bit of a clean on the actual circuit boards and they work fine. But yeah, I'm becoming quite a dab hand, actually. To have 3 Xbox Elite controls which all work is quite good. One of them I've customised. I've used some like 9mm bullet type casing buttons. That looks pretty cool. I do like it. Anyway, right, so here I just want to see. So there's obviously 4 there. These are 1,000 each, aren't they? No, 550 litres each. That's fine. But there is also another 1,000 there. Yeah, I'm actually going to have to get the trailer and load all of that up. What are we looking like from a price point of view? Let's have a look a minute. Because again, I can't remember. So best price is April. We are now not the worst, but actually we are pretty much the worst. Okay, it's not as bad as it could be. But I'm not waiting until April just to sell them. So I think we'll just sell all the grapes. And what have we got here? We've got 814 litres of olive oil. So it's not going to spawn a second pallet other than what we've got there. Because, yeah, it's nowhere near it. With regards to flour, though, what's on there? 1,000 litres per pallet. So there's another 4 pallets going to spawn even after we've taken those. Let's do the same. What's the price for flour like at the minute? Oh, could be a lot better, couldn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, again, we're almost at the bottom. That really isn't good. We might have to do it though. I mean, there's still probably £5,000 worth of flour in there, so we might have to do that too. I reckon we can raise the funds relatively quickly to get the Agri back today. We go to the shop, pay our bill. Yeah, I think it's safe. I normally penalise myself for saying you can't use the tractor for an entire episode. However, given that every time we skip through a night, it's actually kind of simulating a third of the month. The tractor has actually been there for, say, a week and a half, theoretically. And given it's an £8 job, look, we could go with the fact that the shops prioritise that work and need to try and make themselves some money. So, yeah, I reckon do that. We've got apples. We'll load up when we get back. We'll just use the manure fork to pick them up. Then we'll come back, get these grapes, maybe sell the flour, rescue the Agri from the shop, and then, yeah, pick up the straw bales. Again, we need to do all of this before it rains. The weather is due to get very cloudy. In fact, it is pretty cloudy now, isn't it? It's very grey looking. So we ideally need to be picking straw up before it gets too wet. Right, let's do that. I'm going to skip the boring bit again. I'll catch you back at the farm. Right, we're back. Now, do you know what I feel? I feel like the little series with Snowy has given me a bit of urgency, which is good. It's not a bad thing, is it? A little bit of urgency, because we do need it. I mean, I'm quite happy to take this series super slow, and I have been taking it super slow. There's no doubt about that. But we have got an end goal, and if I continue to take it super slow, we're never going to get there. So yeah, a bit of urgency is good. Bit of mindset to make some fast money and just get on with it. Right, did I do that? Typical. Didn't get that far enough. What about now? Good? Yeah. Lovely. Do you know what? I kind of forget actually. I've seen in... So Discord, by the way, is pretty much there. Thank you very much for Bendercat, because you've been really, really helpful. You've set up some rules. We figured out some kind of channel names. Yeah, it's just pretty much there, ready to go. But the select few people that are already in there, and Bendercat, of course, is one of them, but Wiley being the second main one, sent me some pictures of a Unimog actually being used in a field. Do you know what? I've had a couple of pictures actually. I've seen some pictures from other people too. So that's definitely a thing. I mean, I could have just not even bothered with this tractor, couldn't I? I could have taken a Unimog down there. That would have still been within realistic approaches. But we're doing it now. We're back. I've just made that long drive back. So let's make some cash. Normally these manure fields are great for Pallet. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and I don't know why I'm doing this way. I do normally just pick them up, but actually, again, you know, I kind of explain why I pick them up, because in real life you just would pick each crate up individually. But then if you had the equipment to pick them up by the pallet load, you would do that instead, wouldn't you? So realistically, now that we've progressed past kind of manual handling, I should really be doing it the proper way. Whether or not using a manure fork to pick up 2 pallets at the time is a proper way, I don't know. But I would do this in real life. If it saved me having to pick all of these pallets or these boxes up individually, you're damn right I would use one of these. Right. I have actually, do you know, I've been looking. I mean, I'm not made of money by no means, and YouTube doesn't really have any influence on money at all. But I have been looking at, the good thing about living in Cornwall is there's a lot of small farms around here, and a lot of very old equipment that's available, potentially kind of just left behind or abandoned maybe. So yeah, I've been looking at some old style vintage kind of tractors in need of repair, because yeah, I would quite like to do that, you know. I'll give my garage a bit of a clean out, buy myself one. I've seen some old Fordson Majors for like 1,500 quid, and they're obviously non-runners, and they're probably 80% rust and only 20% metal remaining. But how cool would that be? I don't know. Maybe in the future I could even do a series on that. Yeah, but I'd like to do that as a hobby. And yeah, 1,500 quid. It's not a huge amount of money, is it? £1,500 for a big investment for buying something that you'd enjoy. You can't put a price on enjoyment, really. But yeah, I am thinking about that. Oh no, I don't. Do you know, if I did that though, it means you'd probably have to see my face, wouldn't you? Oh no one's seen my face. Is that a big thing, by the way? I'm not actually that bothered. I don't particularly think I'm that ugly, so I don't mind. But is that a thing? Does it make a difference? I know if you're watching certain streamers, you're watching Call of Duty and things like that, it's quite cool to have like a face cam on. I think most of the time it's just so that you know they're not cheating. But for me, is that a thing on Farm Sim? I mean, Sloth, I know you do it quite a bit. When you do your streams, you show your face, and I think actually it kind of adds a bit of immersion in the sense of I was cracked up last night watching Sloth stream on Twitch. You can get away with saying a lot of things on Twitch. You can certainly get away with saying a lot more things than what YouTube will allow you to say anyway. And Dark Angel was on absolute form with some of the jokes. Some of the jokes were, yeah, I think borderline is probably being nice, but I think seeing Sloth's face and his reactions to reading them, I mean, some of them he couldn't even read. He didn't even want to read them out loud. That's the kind of level they were at. But just seeing his face, reading the jokes that were being mentioned in the comments, and just waiting for Sloth to read them was hilarious. So I don't know. I do want to get into streaming, and when I do start streaming, is face camera a thing? Is face camera a thing? I don't mind either way, I guess. Anyway, right. I've managed to find enough random stuff to talk about, just to demonstrate for anyone who's kind of queried it before. I'm doing this properly now. Even though I've always had a good justification for using super strength when I need to use super strength. But I am doing it properly. Now, I've loaded these bad, but I'm not that bothered about that because, wow, these are just going to get sold straight away. And we don't need this Ford now because the man is down at the bottom yard, so that's going to get a bit of work out of it as well. I think upgrading the engine on this Ford is probably a little bit of a priority. However, the main jobs that I needed it for, i.e. the spraying, weeding maybe, herbicide spraying, it does a great job, and it's the only tractor I've got with the option for narrow tyres, so that's why it's a very, very valuable piece of equipment. But I've realised now the hard way, the most valuable piece of equipment is for definite the Agri, and we do need it. Right, good. So what have we got here? Oh, only 2,500 litres. Oh, I forgot they're not 1,000 litres per pallet, are they? Right, well there's not as much money here as I thought, but there you go. I've also got to get the milk tanker back from the cows. I've kind of abandoned that there, and I do need to top up those apples with some water. Right, let's get going. This shouldn't take too long. I'll just cut this bit out so that the episode isn't too long. I don't know how you feel about it, the episode, which again I'm assuming you haven't seen yet, but if you haven't seen it, just to pre-warn you, the episode is an hour long, and that is episode number 2 with the Abandoned Farm Challenge, I think is what we're going to rename it. And yeah, 1 hour long, well 1 hour and 1 minute or something actually, but is that too long? I don't know. I mean, for me, I personally find half an hour video, like Daggerwin's Vintage Survival, they're around half an hour, if not a bit shorter. I could easily watch that for twice as long. So I think an hour is okay. I think an hour is acceptable. But yeah, to pre-warn you, and if you're watching this after you've seen that episode, hopefully you stuck around for the hour, I guess. Yeah, and if you didn't, let me know what the ideal kind of time is, because you know I'm a learner still. I am a learner. I can't call myself a YouTube noob anymore because I get comments to say stop selling yourself down. So I won't call myself a YouTube noob, but I am still a learner. Hey, we're all learners though, aren't we? We are all learners. Right, and let's just learn how much money we're going to make from this. Seems to be in the trigger for the whole lot, which is amazing. It does sound very slowly though. Oh, the suspense is killing me now. How much are we going to make? This is still a reasonable amount, you know. 2,470, £75 little bonus for being good for the environment, which is always nice, isn't it? I'm happy with that. So that's, say, give or take a third of the Agri paid for. Let's head straight down to the bottom now. Now I'll do this off camera because I've done this so many times and you've probably seen this a few times. So why is that car stopped? Ah, that was nice, wasn't it? Letting someone cross the road. Okay. Right, see you in a way. Here we are, pulling up now. There's still quite a bit of straw in that field, isn't there? Yeah, and there's a few bales. The Ford did okay. It did get a few bales, but it was struggling down the hill. I dread to think what it would be like going back up the hill. Yeah. The biggest thing it was struggling with, actually, it may well have just had enough power to do it, but it was the actual grip. I mean, obviously it's got narrow tyres on it, and that must affect it quite drastically. Where is the best place to put this? Where actually is the best place to put this? I don't know. Probably where I usually dump it. And I won't be able to do this soon, will I? Because this wheel be a ploughed field right the way over. Potentially. I think priority might be to buy a different plough, because I'm going to get bored of ploughing, given the amount of ploughing I've got to do on the abandoned farm challenge. Yeah, I am going to get bored. Why did I decide to take the pallet forks off? What was the reason for that? I don't know what the reason was. Maybe I had log forks on. Oh, I did that. Yep, I did, didn't I? It's all coming back to me now. Right, connect that. Let's go in from the edge. So yeah, this is going to produce even more pallets. This is only part of it. Come on, let's get the balance right here. Right, I'll dude, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. My driving. Yeah, I'll just do a couple of these and then I'll do the rest off camera. Again, I don't want it to become too tedious. And really, I'd like to try and keep this episode to a normal sort of time. 45 minutes-ish. Right, here we go. I got the swing of it again. It's alright, it's all good. Sort of. Makes a lot of difference having those barrels on the back, the weights. Yeah, definitely. And I do need to, actually. I think I mentioned it before. I wanted to put like a rain catching type water fill point down here, didn't I? So that's more cost. Even more cost. In fact, I'm getting so carried away with everything. Plus forgetting, because I haven't done this for so long. Aren't those potatoes available to harvest? No, they're still shown as growing. They're going to be ready to harvest any time, I think. Throughout August. So in the next 3 episodes, maybe even during this episode, they might show ready to harvest. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Yeah. Right, I'll catch you in a way. Okay, I am going to, just to play it safe, take a couple of pallets of flour. Yeah, maybe I'll wait for 2 more to spawn and I'll take 4. Just so we got a little bit of money to play with. You never know, the garage might find some extra work that needs doing and decide to charge us more than the money that we need. But what did I say? Was it 8 grand or 9 grand? I can't even remember now. We've got pretty much 6,000 litres of grapes on the back of the trailer. So we've already got 3 grand, 6,000 litres of grapes, and I don't know, a couple of thousand litres of flour. I think we'll be in a good position to pay off our agri grill and probably actually still have a decent amount. You know, now I'm talking, I think these flour pallets are unstable. They're just randomly moving for no reason here. Right, I'm going to take this real slow. Yeah, we should have a decent amount of money left, you know. When we're at the shop picking up the agri, we'll probably take the mower down to the bottom. Sorry about that. I just had to sneeze very quickly. Hopefully you didn't hear that. Hopefully I pressed the pause button just in time. Yeah, we'll take the mower down to our second plot of land. I'm going to have to start giving these names, I think, now. Yeah, just so I remember. Talking about names, actually. I haven't mentioned it in the series with Snowy, but I want to come up with a name for the thing that he's made, the mountain. Yeah, I want to come up with a name for that. Just easier than struggling to kind of be nice in my wording. I mean, I called it in the first episode. I was calling it the creative mess, which is what it is. It's a creative mess. Yeah, he had issues making it, but if you haven't seen that yet, you'll need to watch it to know what I mean. But there's a farmhouse on top of kind of I think just a random bit of land is probably a good way to describe it. But yeah, I need to have a name for it. I'm thinking of something like the Chode, or something like that. A bit like in London, you got the Shard, but this is like a Rusy version of it. Yeah, something like the Chode. That sounds like something Mr. Chavaskis would say, doesn't it? That's a big Chode. Right, anyway, yeah, you have to give me some suggestions if you've got something better than the Chode. Right, okay, they don't seem to be so sketchy this time around, and I'll actually do a better job of loading them up as well. Ooh, hopefully. These are quite tall pallets, actually. Yeah, they are very tall pallets, in fact. Now, I suppose really I should put them at the back, because... or somewhere nearer the back, anyway. Because just in case they got different sell points, think ahead, smart not hard. At least I'd be able to kind of separate where I'm selling them from. So actually, that was an unintentionally smart idea. I'm going to head back down to the side here while we're here. Wow, it's produced even more flour as well. I don't want to sell it all, because now is just not the time. Okay. I was going to say, if all that was left there was the olive oil, I would move that out of the way so that it keeps on producing. But it doesn't matter, because more flour's appeared. Right. Cool. So, we've emptied these, pretty much. 247 litres in them. Yeah, so they will produce another pallet. There'll probably be another 3 or 4 there, actually, by the next episode. But for now, there's no point hanging around. We're going to head off... I don't know how stable this load's going to be. We're going to head off to the various shops, sell these, hopefully pick up our agri. Now, if I'm guesstimating, let me just check. This is about 37 minutes. Let's say that. 37 minutes. By the time I edit, I'm going to guess 37. Yeah. I'll try and... I want to really keep it to about 45, 50-minute episodes. So maybe we'll have time to get the agri, drop off the mower, come back down, and at least finish this field. I can do that as a bit of a time lapse. Yeah, that'll be good. And then that's one job done. Then, of course, I'll tell you what. I got so excited in buying the mower, I didn't even consider the additional benefit, but that does actually have the option to convert it to a mulcher, if I remember. And mulching, of course, gives you a very, very small bonus, but it's a bonus nonetheless. So I'll convert that to a mulcher at the shop, and actually, we'll just bring it right down to the bottom. There's no point taking it to the grass field. We'll just bring it all the way down here with the agri. And it can just mulch that field. As soon as we've cleared the straw from it, we'll just mulch it. Might as well get that bonus. Right, anyway. No PC trickery here again. Can't do any teleporting. It will leave all my pallets behind, and that would be a bit annoying. So, I'll probably... No, I'm not going to time lapse it. I'm just going to cut this bit out. So, I will see you again when I get closer to the shops. Okay, bringing you back in now. So the pizzeria is actually going to buy all of this stuff from us. It's giving us a pretty good price. The grape price is really good. The flour price is not so great, but nowhere's giving great prices this time of the year. But yeah, the grapes are pretty good. They're 1,000 per 1,000, which is good. And there's actually 6,600 litres. So I kind of forget that odd 50 litre extra in each one. Such a strange quantity to have on a pallet, isn't it? 550 litres. Unusual. Anyway, this, do you know, this is going to be a decent amount of money right here. We were, right at the beginning of this series, we were struggling through with little contracts to make this kind of money. Now, just by selling some of the stuff that we already had, you know, we're rolling in it now. The only downside with this is that the sell point is very small. And yeah, that was my fear. It doesn't quite pick up the front 2 pallets, or the front 4 pallets. But that's fine. Look, we're already over 10 grand. Yeah, amazing. Right, I'm just going to have to kind of try and manoeuvre this in a weird angle without taking out their little mini hedgerow. I reckon if I do it like this, one of them's in there. Won't quite capture the other ones, which is typical. Am I just about... Oh, there we go. That's in the trigger now. Look at this. We're already at like nearly 13 grand. Wow. Well, we paid for the agri plus a bit, didn't we, there? Amazing. Yeah, we're maybe I'm being a bit hard, and actually, we could raise the money. By the time we get to later on in the year, and we gotta watch out for those invisible collisions again, haven't I? By the time I get to later on in the year and we sell that olive oil, hopefully decent quantity of it, and at a really, really good price. I mean, I think it's like 5,000 or 6,000 per 1,000 litres. Yeah, I mean, actually, we could raise some funds relatively easily. You know, it wouldn't be too bad. Right, let's pick up the Agri. Let's pick up the Agri now. I haven't actually done the work on the engine, so I might need to do a bit of PC trickery to move the Agri into the actual maintenance point to do it. So I can just do that very, very quickly, and yeah, we'll just pretend that it's being repaired. Honestly, we're throwing a tiny little bit of roleplay into this now, aren't we? Right, we're going to leave this here, but I will park it up nicely. We will come back to this. We'll just walk up from the home farm at some point and pick that back up. But it's pretty secure there. Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll try it. The trigger is kind of here somewhere. Oh, it does pick it out inside the shop as well. That's cool. I like that. Right, customise. I'm hoping, I mean, we might have to repair it. I'm hoping that a change of engine would fix the repair issue. Maybe. I mean, it might not. Might still have to repair it, so because you did make a bit of extra money. But now, while we're here, do we want to do anything else to this tractor? I mean, I don't really want to just spend money for the sake of it. So, no, really, let's just keep... Is that the tyres that we started with? Sometimes when you customise it, drops you back to different tyres, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure, just looking at the back of it from that angle, I'm pretty sure they are the same tyres. They're standard. Okay. Doesn't have a wide option. Good. Imagine how big they'd be if it did have a wide option. Right, £8,000 this is going to cost us. And yeah, I don't know. And this is, you know, this is my little thing about hopefully FS25 introduces something different. So this has now had a new engine, but it still won't start. You know, an engine replacement should be worth 60% of the maintenance, for example, you know, just as a round figure. An oil change should be worth 20%. So rather than you have to take it to a shop and just repair it to 100% all the time, I wish they put some sort of, you know, again, I keep saying that, I keep comparing it to like a health potion on a game like Skyrim, or, you know, those sort of open world games where you have like a small potion that gives you 20%, they could call that an oil change. You have like a large potion that gives you 60%, and they could call that an engine change. It must be something that's easy to do, surely. But now, you know, really, I would like to say I put a new engine in, that's 60% fixed. And then to repair the other 40%, which is suspension or tyres or whatever. I mean, even changing tyres, you know, putting new tyres on would give you 10% or something. I just wish it was done like that. I wish it was worded like that. I know there are PC mods that kind of imitate something quite similar, actually. But it should just be base game, shouldn't it? It should just be available for everyone. Because this is annoying. I'm going to do it. It's only 1,455. It isn't very much. But, yeah, it would have been nice if it had... it should at least start. You know, the reason it broke down is because the engine broke down. It should at least be starting now, shouldn't it? Anyway, right. I'm glad I made the extra money. Let's stop whinging. But I have left that feedback, so you never know. A little old person like me with a little channel, if giants do look at various different feedback, it might have been spotted by someone. Oh, look at this. I can feel the difference in power already. Wow, yeah, might be... Nearly rolled it over. Oh dear, nearly rolled it again. Yeah, this is quite powerful now. It's amazing how much difference that 20 horsepower has made, you know. I know I'm parking at a bit of a stupid angle, but can I connect that? Yes. Right, so I might have even set this to a mulcher already actually, I don't know. But let's just pull it up here. Do you know what I haven't done for a while? Let's jump over there. I haven't done this for quite a long time actually. Let's give it a go. Hang on a minute. It's not letting me throw it again. Try again. Nope, it won't let me do it. Right, sorry about that. Let's try and do it this way. Ready? Take a run up, like proper bowling. I'm surprised I got 4. The rest of them are shaking in. Anyway, stop mucking around. Oh, what am I doing? Customizing. Where's that trigger? This is the problem in not liking the interactive zone markers, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to customize this. Was it set up with a mulcher? No, but it don't cost anything. That's amazing. So customize. Yes. Wonderful. Now this doesn't have lubricating grease. Do you know? Is that what makes? Is that what makes the kind of engine or the wear of the vehicle go down so quickly? Maybe that's part of the mod. I mean, it's been changed a heck of a lot since I actually bought it. And pretty much now, every single piece of piece of my equipment needs lubricating grease, I should say. Right, let's have a look here. It's actually the same tractor we've already got there. Yeah. With an 84 horsepower engine. Look. So if we waited, we could have got one with a better engine in it, but that's fine. Right, stop getting carried away. What does it come under? Pallets, I think. Here we go. Oh, a bit too far. Right, so lubricating grease mod. God, that is a lot of money, isn't it? What how do this is such a vast mod now compared to before, isn't it? 18 kilograms. So that has like a storage capacity. And these just have... I don't understand how it works. Right, I'm going to buy one of those. And I'm going to buy one of those, which is essentially a barrel. And what I want to know is... Oh, I left the engine running, look. It's alright, I'm letting it bed in. That's what I'm doing. Right, what I want to know is, they both pick up... They're both, I was going to say pick-upable. That's not even a thing, is it? But this one's got some sort of funky little hose with it. Okay, right. What I want to know is if you have to use this one with the hose to actually fill the equipment and then the other one to refill this one. Does that make sense? Or when I've used this up, will it just disappear? I don't know. It doesn't give you... Hang on a minute. What? Why is it giving me that? Open up the menu now. You're seeing this as well as I'm seeing this, aren't you? So pick up object. I don't want to throw it. I don't understand. No, so you don't fill anything from here. I was kind of hoping that it would be kind of an interactive type thing. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Right, forget that. So let's go into the tractor. Can we just fill... It says fill the vehicle, will you? Well, how do I fill it? Yeah, I am kind of confused about this one. I am. Yes. Doesn't really make sense. Let's just connect that because that's starting to annoy me now. Yeah, how do I do it? I kind of thought maybe it would be like a pressure washer or something where you had to actually spray it into the tractor. But that doesn't seem to be an option. I just seen something appear then, I'm sure I did. No, maybe I didn't. I mean, where would you put lubricating grease on a tractor? The majority of it would be here somewhere, wouldn't it? I don't know. Hold to detach. Oh no, that's just for the mower. Okay, I don't understand how this works. I really don't. Okay. Well. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Right, that must have done it without me realising. Lubricating grease. It's got some in it now. Doesn't make any noises to suggest it, but it obviously works. And it also says that it's actually a pallet, and it's definitely not a pallet with 18,000 grams in it. No, definitely not. Okay, right. So it's kind of confusing, but it works. And I don't know, does it fill up from this one? I'm not sure. This has apparently got 18,000 grams in it as well. Can you imagine 18,000 grams in that little bucket? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I can't reach it either. Yeah, so that one just fills from the bucket, look. So the other one, in a weird way, I don't know where the trigger is to do that. But the other one did. It kind of did what I wanted it to do, which is cool, isn't it? But yeah, it's not very clear. I'll tell you what, I spent so long faffing about it now. It's just gone 7 o'clock. You can tell how long it took me to do those pallets, can't you? Right, this has got grease now. We'll start to grease up all the rest of our equipment. We'll take that back to the main farm and go around and service everything. But in the meantime, I'm going to head back down with this, drop it off. I reckon we can probably still just about manage to get those bales picked up before it gets too dark. So I'll catch you down there in a minute. Yeah, it is getting dark, but it's fine. It's fine. I've missed this noise, you know. I've missed this tractor. And it's kind of a turbo flutter it's got going on. I love it. Right, disconnect that. Yeah, it's got so much more power, you know. It's very, very torquey, very powerful. Now, let's just connect this up and finish what we started half a month ago. Right, connect that up. Brilliant. Now, let's move that out of the way. Come on. There you go. We'll chuck that in there too. Oh, I can't chuck for some reason. I don't know why it's not letting me throw anything. That is strange. Right, let's get on with this. Do I need to lower it again? No. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. That's made a lot of difference. Right, I'll stick it into a time lapse. Shouldn't take too long. We are pretty much at the end of the episode now. If I was to guess, I mean, we must be about 50 minutes maybe, if not longer. I was mucking around with lubricating grease for quite some time then. Yeah, right. Give me a few minutes. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, right. I've jumped you back in now. It's got very dark. You can tell we're approaching the kind of later months of the year, can't you? It's got really, really dark. Just glad the Agri's got such a good... Oh, really? Just jump out and grab that while I remember where it is. Yeah, I'm glad the Agri's got such good lighting. Otherwise, this would be... I mean, it would be pretty much impossible, wouldn't it? Yeah. There's quite a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm bad enough in the daylight. See how much I'm missing. Let alone in the night time. Right. I think that will do, though. If there's any major bits I've missed, I'll pick them up in the next episode when it is a bit of daylight. But for now, apart from these last few bits, we're pretty much there. Job well done. It's great. I know I didn't really go that long without having the Agri, but yeah, I realised how important it is actually this time of year when you've got the big jobs to do. Not having that Agri was a bit of a nightmare, and yeah, it is good to have it back in the same episode, of course. Oh my goodness, I thought I'd just pick up that last little bit of straw a minute, and then I'll call it quits. And then the more I'm driving around, oh no, it just... I did a shocking job of picking this up. It's everywhere. There's another few bales worth here dotted around. What is going on? This is the problem with using old equipment and trying to do it realistically. I'm about to shoot a bale, I think, into the abyss as well. I've only just realised today that you can actually very slightly angle the head of the baler, so you can change the angle where it actually shoots it. It's quite cool. Quite a cool little feature. Right, okay, anyway. I know there was a little bit here. I say a little bit, it will probably turn into a lot when I get closer. But I'm sure there is some here somewhere. And then we will call it quits. For definite. I promise. Where is it? There it is. So next episode we'll be heading off to the other field doing the same again. Yeah, doing the same again. I'm just checking. Yeah. God, I got worried then. The Agri had already gone down in its damage, but oh no, I missed so much. Right, no more. After this, this is it. This is your lot. And oh, just about stayed in. Right, I am going to stop. I promise, I am going to stop. Oh God, I've missed it everywhere. Right, stop it. There we go. Amazing. Wonderful. Right, and this kind of works as quite a nice little screenshot here as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Good. Wow, we've worked till late. We've worked till very late, actually. But at least we've made loads of money. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Episode number 63 this was. 63 episodes in. We still are far from being rich farmers. But we're making our way there anyway. This is the most amount of self-made income I think we've had for a long time. Maybe even for the series. Given how much we've still got to sell if we needed to. Yeah, things are looking up. Things are looking up. And the Agri is running on full horses. That's amazing. I'll catch you soon. Cheers and gone.